Chapter 12. Natural Disasters. You will learn different natural disasters, causes of occurrence of natural disasters, ways and measures to fight against them, disaster management. Let's begin. Oh, it is such a bad news. An earthquake came in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Thank God it was not so powerful, otherwise it could have caused tremendous damage of life and property. Teacher's note. Talk about disasters. What are natural disasters and what are man-made disasters? Talk about their causes and effects on us and nature. Our Mother Nature is all-powerful. It has given everything to us, food, shelter and clothes. But as Mother Nature give with open hands, it can take all back within minutes with her power. Nature is the maker of all things and it is also the destroyer of all things. We can witness the destructive force of Mother Nature in the form of natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, droughts, landslides, volcanic eruptions, cyclones, hurricanes, etc. Although we cannot stop Mother Nature, yet we can prepare ourselves to face the destruction and hence save ourselves. Earthquakes. The upper layer of the earth called the crust is a thin layer. Below this layer are the tectonic plates. These plates keep shifting or hitting each other time to time as these are based on the molten rocks in the earth's mantle. Whenever these plates collide with each other, they produce minor or major earthquakes. Occurrence of earthquakes is a regular activity. Most of the times, these earthquakes are so minor that they are not even felt by us. Problem arises when these earthquakes occur on major level. The greater the intensity of an earthquake, the greater the destruction will be on the surface of the earth. The point from where the earthquake starts is called the focus, and the point where the earthquake hits on the ground of the earth is called the epicenter. This is the most dangerous point and major destruction happens here to life and to buildings. High magnitude or high intensity earthquakes can destroy even huge buildings and kill hundreds of people at the same time. Fact frame. Seismograph is an instrument used for measuring and recording earthquakes. Scientists use the Richter scale to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Precautions. Use proper techniques for constructing large and tall buildings. Earthquake safety measures should be followed and pasted on the walls in all buildings. During earthquake, do not stand near the outer walls or windows of the house. Get out of the buildings quickly. If this is not possible, take cover under heavy furniture. Be aware of do's and do nots during earthquakes. Do not enter the building immediately after an earthquake. Tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese term which means harbor waves. Tsunami can be caused due to various reasons such as underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or high-intensity underwater explosions. Whenever the seabed is disturbed, it causes tsunami. Large amount of water from the sea comes out and floods the adjacent areas. Tidal waves carrying massive amount of water hit the land and cause major threat to life and property around. The tsunami waves can go up to 100 feet high and can travel at a speed of 600 km per hour. The tsunami that came in Indian Ocean in the year 2005 affected 14 countries including India. Large number of people died because of this natural disaster. Precautions. The people living in coastal areas should be well aware and prepared beforehand. They should remain updated and aware of the tsunami warnings. If there is a warning, they should evacuate the area and reach for the higher and farther areas. Volcanoes. When the magma from under the earth rises above and splits and spills out in the form of lava, it is said to be a volcanic eruption. The molten lava under the pressure of heat keeps thrusting towards the crust or lithosphere. When it gets a weak surface or a crack, it comes out from that area. Huge amount of ash, molten rocks in the form of lava and gases erupt from the volcanoes through an opening called the vent. When this lava gets cooled down, it takes the shape of a mountain. The bowl-shaped hollow mouth formed at the top is called a crater. Volcanoes are of different kinds. They erupt at different times. Many of them are active, sleeping, or dead. Active volcanoes. As the name suggests, these are the volcanoes that have erupted in the past and can erupt any time in the future as well. The Barren Island volcano in Andaman and Nicobar Islands is one such active volcano in India. Dormant volcanoes. These volcanoes have not erupted for a long time but can erupt in the near future. Mount Kea in Hawaii is one such dormant volcano. Extinct volcanoes. These volcanoes are considered by the scientists unlikely to erupt ever again because there is no supply of lava in them. These do not show any signs of activity. Dhinodhar Hills in Gujarat, India is one such extinct volcano. Precautions. Inhabiting or visiting those places where there is information of an active volcano or recent volcanic activities should be avoided. If there are any signs of a volcanic activity, that place should be immediately be evacuated. The government or the local authority should make proper arrangements in such a situation. Local people should be made aware of this and the precautions to be taken should be explained to them beforehand. People should keep a disaster management kit with them at home or in their vehicles. This can include the first aid kit, canned food, water bottle, torch, protective clothing, mask, etc. Did you know? Mount Krakatau in Indonesia was considered to be an extinct volcano. It had last erupted in the year 1680 CE, but in August 1883 it erupted again with a very powerful and loud explosion. This explosion was the biggest explosion recorded in history. It was even bigger than the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. Floods. Flood is also a natural calamity that occurs when the water of the nearby rivers overflow and submerge the dry lands. The most common reason for the floods to occur is heavy rainfall during monsoons. Floods may also occur if the ice glaciers on mountains melt on a large scale. These floods take some time to submerge the affected areas. Besides these, there are flash floods as well. As the name suggests, this type of flood suddenly occurs in a short duration. These occur when clouds burst and large amount of water is precipitated in a small area. This causes extensive damage of life and property in that particular area. Breaking of a dam and barrage that releases massive quantity of water at once is another reason for the occurrence of flash floods. The area affected by floods become highly contagious as the flood water becomes stagnant. There may be some dead animals, human beings or other organisms in water as well. This poses a great health hazard for the living beings in the flood affected areas. Precautions. The area which are hit by regular floods should be properly embanked, taking the danger of being flooded again into consideration. The drainage system should be built in such a way that they could drain the flood water easily and quickly. Evacuation measures should be pre-planned and the local people should be clearly instructed about them. Clean drinking water, eatables and other necessities should be pre-stored in case of emergency. More and more trees should be planted in the flood-prone areas as a safety precaution. Drought. Drought occurs when there is no rain in a particular area for a very long period of time and the water in the land replenishes. The land becomes severely dry and hence all the vegetation gets destroyed. Drought can kill vegetation, animals and humans as well. As there is no water and food, the people and the animals living in those areas die of hunger. The fields dry up and the farmers are no longer able to grow any crops. It is a very critical calamity and has killed thousands of living beings in the past years. India alone faced 22 major droughts between the year 1871 and 2002. The drought of 1987 was the worst drought of the last century. Precautions. Reservoirs, dams and water tanks should be built and maintained in a drought-prone areas to provide water at a time of need. Rainwater harvesting should be done in those areas. Wastewater should be recycled and reused to save large amount of water. Drought-resistant crops such as maize and millets should be planted. Cyclone. When the high pressure and low pressure winds come together in the coastal areas, they create a circular motion. This motion then takes the form of a cyclone. Cyclones are storms of aggressive winds that blow at extremely high speed in a circular motion with a center of low pressure. A cyclone accompanied by heavy showers causes damage to life and property. A cyclone can destroy anything that comes in its path, uproot trees, houses, etc. The weather authorities name each cyclone that comes in the coastal regions like Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Hurricane, typhoon or tornado are other forms of cyclone. A hurricane is a large rotating storm with high-speed winds that are formed over warm waters in tropical areas. The winds blow at a speed of 74 miles per hour. It has an area of low pressure at the center which is called its eye. A tornado is a violent twisting windstorm. A tornado is formed when the air in a thunder cloud is kept spinning by wind and keeps sucking more air into the spinning column like a giant vacuum cleaner. Tornadoes cause great damage to everything that comes in its way. Precautions. Early warning systems should be installed in the cyclone-prone areas. This is necessary to warn people in time and help them to evacuate the place. People should move to safer places. Trees should be planted in these areas as they help in countering cyclones. Construction should be done keeping in mind the cyclonic activities. Disaster management. Natural disasters are uncontrollable. Nature has a very powerful force against which the humans are not able to do much. However, these natural disasters can be faced by staying prepared for them. Being prepared is called disaster management. It stands for wide range of activities initiated to maintain or control disasters or emergency situations. It includes steps to create awareness among people and preparing them to face the situations. Forewarned is forearmed. If proper early warning systems are installed in area prone to natural disasters and people are adequately trained, then the risk of damage could be minimized. Inculcation in education system. Disaster management should be included as a subject in the school books. This should be done to teach the students all the safety measures and precautions to be taken in such situations. Mock drills and other exercises should also be done to make them aware of such situations. Formation of emergency response team. An emergency response team would be better prepared and specialized in quick response for emergencies and natural calamities. Recall. Natural disasters occur in nature such as earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, droughts, volcanic eruptions, cyclones, hurricanes, etc. Tsunamis caused due to underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or high-intensity underwater explosions. It has the capacity to destroy everything that comes in its path. Cyclones are huge storms of high speed that move in a circular motion and have a center of low pressure surrounded by high pressure winds. Disaster management stands for a wide range of activities that are initiated to maintain, control the natural disasters or emergency situations. A. Take the correct option.